welcome to episode 2 of The Zombie Trail. I'm your funeral director, Stephen J. Cochran, co-creator of the Morticians RPG, and this is my band of merry Morticians.
I was expecting merry idiots.
I have so much respect for you. I would never say that. Fucking moron. And there's my one F word for the entire episode. Let's see if I can do better.
Do we skip the rest?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
To my left, we have Pat.
Hello.
Bill.
Hello.
Brady.
Hey.
And Jax Marie Gaming.
Hello.
If you haven't checked out Ladies of the Horde, she's the funeral director for that show. It's absolutely hilarious. It's like this, only with chicks.
I kill people a lot. Sometimes they're zombies.
So where we left off, you guys left the wall and started making your way down the interstate, and you met a traveler by the name of Jimmy who lives in a nearby town, and you helped him retrieve wedding equipment at a storage facility where they keep their surplus. You encountered a couple of zombies, knocked them out. You guys have leveled up since then. Nobody was hit, so there was no bacteria resistance roll. We did have a couple of field repairs on your guys' equipment that you used during combat. The cart's loaded up, and you guys are heading back to Patterson with Jimmy. And the whole trip is really kind of non-eventful. Jimmy's chewing your guys' ear off about their crops and their harvest and everything. And he's got a bunch of questions about Sanctuary Valley. He's kind of been asking you things like, so how big is your guys' republic? Like, how big is Sanctuary City? You guys have no problem. You guys explain to him all of the machinations of Sanctuary Valley and the republic that you guys are a part of. And then he starts wondering, like, well, where did each of you guys come from? And he starts, and he's all, so Calvin, where do you come from? How did you become a mortician? What, like?
Well, I'm kind of moved all up and down the West Coast, but most of the time I spent a lot of time overseas. But I became a mortician, just by happenstance. Was on my way traveling back from the Netherlands actually this time, and all this craziness happened, and just kind of fell in with the crowd.
Wow, Netherlands, man! I've never even left the state, let alone the country. That must have been crazy.
Yeah.
Sadie, how'd you become, what's your story? How did you become a mortician?
Well, I was a long-distance trucker from Louisiana to here, Tabasco, huge industry, all that fun stuff. And I was in L.A. when everything happened. Got stuck there for a few years, worked my way to Sanctuary Valley, made some money, mostly honest, and found the Morticians.
Wow. And Doc?
I was here in the valley. I was going to college, and everything went down.
Oh, yeah? Which college?
I was actually at Bakersfield.
Really?
Back when it was still Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And
what's it now?
I haven't been there since, so I don't know. But yeah, I was in medical school. I never got to graduate, but I went north, joined up with the Morticians.
Whoa, wait a minute. So Doc is kind of just good enough.
You wouldn't know.
I mean, it's a lot more than me. It's a lot more than
every bone in the hand.
What?
Do you know? Anatomy. He is fine.
Do you know every bone in the hand?
No.
He
I
watched
do.
all of General Hospital.
Okay. That's
Gray's
fair
Anatomy.
Fair enough.
The book.
House.
Hey, look.
In Grey's Anatomy, they die a lot. The doctors die a lot.
What not to do.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a data processor by trade, okay? Not a whole lot of need for those skills in the zombie apocalypse as it is. So it's all good. More of a doctor than I'll ever be. John, what's your story?
Well, before the end, I was a naturalist on a through hike collecting samples and got word of everything happening, so I stayed up there for a while. Wasn't no point in going back to Wisconsin. The Samuel Squeaky Cheese Curds empire had fallen.
Cheese curds, huh?
So
What? What?
Tell me more about this
You don't
cheese
listen to him.
curd.
He's
Samuel
talked
Squeaky
about this
Cheese
so many
Curds.
times. You don't listen to him, do you? He talks about this constantly.
I tone all of you guys out all of the time.
Except for me, because I don't let you.
all the cows turned
What?
to zombies. They ate the family.
Also.
So John's absolutely just just totally enthralled in your guys' stories. Like he's asking you personal stuff, and he's telling you about his sweetheart in high school and chews your guys' ear off. And after a while, you guys are making your way down the interstate, and then you turn off the road, and half a mile down the road, you guys start passing just crops, all kinds. You see cabbage and broccoli and tomatoes and peppers and just an assortment of crops. And at the end of the road, you see makeshift cement walls. And as you guys walk up, you see, and it did not move over. There we go. The town of Patterson.
Oh, this is the first time I'm seeing your guys' characters.
I'm gonna zoom my screen back a little bit so I can ping all the different things. So that is the town of Patterson, and there's a guard sitting at the front gate, but the gate's wide open. And he sits there and he says, hey Jimmy, how you doing? And he's all, hey Frank, how you doing? Well, just, butt going on, trying to keep busy while I, watch the gate. It's been a quiet day. Everyone's just been bouncing around. You got a couple of friends here? And Jimmy's like, yeah, they're Morticians from the Sanctuary Valley Republic. And Frank's like, you don't say. He goes, yeah, I'm gonna go introduce him to the mayor. He goes, yeah, come on in. And you guys just walk right into Patterson.
I'm gonna try to, as we're walking in, just take note of anything. If I see anything like any people like specifically looking at us all strangely or anything like that. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people looking, but like anyone that's looking negatively at us.
Oh,
A
you
lot of
guys
people are
draw
strange.
everyone's attention.
Yeah.
The leather smocks that you guys wear with the high collar, your cleavers, you're carrying a cart, she's carrying a
And
cart.
2 javelins now.
You got 2 javelins.
Well, the one that doesn't really function very well, but it's more memorabilia, and the one that I need to use to actually fight.
Excuse me. So this is what
The
you guys
holster,
see in
don't
town. Immediately as you walk through the gate, so on your guys' map, the hexes are 9 feet hexes. Just to give you guys the size and scope of what the town actually is. Immediately through the gate, there is, right here to your right, this is a pasture with 2 cows in it.
It's
Can you
mostly
zoom
off
out
us.
a little
Yeah,
bit?
it's cut off.
Oh, should I zoom out? Do I have the mouse?
Jackie, if you'd be so kind to adjust it for them.
I explained while
No.
this is happening, I'm just explaining to Doc that this is a genuine McCormick replica of that was in the Olympic run in 1912.
Are you paying attention to him?
He's zoning it out probably,
What?
but
Yeah, he's zoning you out.
yeah, but I'm imagining some of the sleeping in and just repetition, white noise. He'll remember this when he's sleeping.
So
He'll dream about this.
you guys got
what?
got your map all settled?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So right here is the cattle. There's 2 heifers, no steer. And then right here, next to it, is the general store barn. In the center of town here, you have this wonderful tavern. A couple of houses on the outskirts here. Right here is the blacksmith repair shop, where they do small repairs. In another house,
To the black.
There's a lot of pollen in this town.
that is the
It's all the crops
town
growing.
hall.
Okay.
And then there's a well out front in the center of town.
What was this one by the blacksmith again?
I think it was a house.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So here's a blacksmith and another house, and one of the interesting things you see in Patterson is that all of those little houses. So Patterson's surrounded by a cement fortifications, and it looks like they've taken just whatever large cement blocks they've gathered. There's corrugate and there's steel, and it's just, a barricade around the whole area. But each of the houses themselves have a secondary fortifications around them. So they've taken the time to ensure that if the primary walls were to fall, they can fall back into each of their buildings, and the buildings themselves are fortified.
Cows too?
Unfortunately, no. The cows are just, but it looks like they have an
John
opening
is like,
that
"Come
goes
on,
that goes straight into the barn, and the barn is fortified.
Okay.
Infirmary? I've looked to.
They have no medical infirmary whatsoever. They have.
Yeah.
They got cows.
They have booze, but no infirmary. Priorities set straight.
No, the priorities are perfect.
Cows.
Alcohol, natural painkiller. Doctor, more of a pain. Not much killer.
And then explain how this bat was signed by Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth is an
Ruth's American.
American player.
Yes, I know he's an American player. I can't have a cricket player sign a bat. I'm still familiar with
You can
it.
have a
I'm just
cricket bat.
I'm not enthused about it. But I'm aware.
Babe Ruth signed cricket bat.
Calvin,
That'd be
you
a
can
charm.
substitute a wood bat for a cricket bat if you feel more comfortable with it, with a cricket bat over.
Okay, I'll do that instead.
Okay, so from here on out, it's a cricket.
bat.
It's a
Okay,
cricket bat
okay.
instead of.
Okay, because
Which-
it specifically said
unless-
baseball bat. And it was,
Yes, and you've been very, very, very specific about what sports you are into. And since they're non-American sports, I'm totally cool with you saying it's a
Okay.
cricket bat, not a baseball bat.
okay, it's a cricket bat from now on.
From
Side-
here on out.
Oh, who's that? Who played in Shaun of the Dead?
Oh,
Simon Pegg.
Signed by Simon Pegg.
Yeah. We'll do that. I have like 8 signatures, and each day from now on, I will explain one to you.
I like Simon
On
Pegg.
repeat.
Yeah.
I'll let
It's
him
Monday.
talk.
It's time to hear about Simon Pegg and the
Yeah,
cricket bat.
yeah. So we'll do 7 days a week. We'll say 7 are signed, and one day, every day, you'll hear a different one, and I'll make sure that you remember at one point.
And he'll repeat.
Yeah.
Every week, you get a new one.
And it's
I'm gonna
a
start
pretty
signing his
good
bat
sized
myself.
community.
Yeah, it's a couple hundred people here.
I would say it's closer to like 50, 60.
50, 60 people.
Yeah, it's about 50, 60 people living here currently.
No alternate exit?
That's
One
a
way
good
in,
point.
one way out, as far as you can see.
I mean, it's good for a choke point, but it also kind of traps y'all in here.
Well, we haven't had any hordes coming through here recently, so
You're welcome.
I'm not talking about hordes. I'm talking about people.
well, maybe that's something you want to talk to the mayor about. And everyone is staring at you, but they're all busy. So, they're kind of stopping. You know how these small towns are. They're stopping and talking with one another, and they're pointing and staring in passing as they go about their business. There are streamers up running from each of the buildings, and it's red, white, and blue bunting, and you can
Red,
see
white,
someone is
blue,
trying to
weird white
erect a
colors.
white archway right outside of the town hall, and you say a very kind of a fat man in a respectable outfit, kind of telling people what to do, and everything's hair's nice and greased back, and he sees you guys and he's like, hold on, and he starts walking over, big old smile on his face.
You talk to him. I don't trust him already.
Pose.
Oh my
You
god.
gotta like take poses up on the cart while he approaches.
And he's like, hey, how you doing, strangers? I'm Mayor Donovan. How you guys doing today? Welcome to our town of Patterson. By your outfits, I'm assuming morticians. No, we had a scavenger pass through here a while ago and told us about the morticians, but we haven't seen any yet. And down south of Guston, they said that there's a group called Morticians. So I'm assuming that's you.
Yep, we're here on a mission to help protect the area, and we're happy to help you fortify your town and increase trade into this town as well. I know you have a great trade already, but we're always open for adding to that, and we'd like to, of course, offer that to you.
That sounds great. Now you said helping is good. Helping is definitely what Patterson. We are a town on the rise.
Yeah.
We're expanding, we're growing, we're doing great. For the last couple of years, our crops have just been taking off.
Would you say it's the biggest town, the best town?
It's the biggest town. It's the greatest town. Someone says the best town ever.
Just out of curiosity, I know you've reached out for trade in other places. I know Morticians we're not too far from here. You never thought of sending anyone south?
Never heard of you.
Well, we do. We trade south. We haven't sent anybody north. See,
north, sorry.
we didn't actually make contact with anybody. They've been making contact with us, and it's been great. So, Guston, just south of us, they've been trading with us for a couple of years, and that's been fantastic. What I'd really like to do, though, what I would think, you guys said help, and help is exactly what Patterson needs right now. We had many, many years ago, like 20, 30 years ago, we had an old salt mine back in the foothills here. And with trade what it is and things growing, people are going to need salt. Very useful substance, salt. But since nobody's been back there in a while, I'm afraid there might be some zombies in there. Maybe a wild animal's moved in. So what I've been asking around, and nobody's taking me up on it, it's up on the bulletin board. Check it out. We're looking for someone to help us clear out the mine so we can get that salt mine up and running again.
Well,
Of course, any great town has a tavern, so head over to Bud's Pub. He's got the best drinks in town. Take a load off. I don't want to push you guys. Go make a decision right now.
Sadie already walked away.
we do have conditions that our help comes with, of course.
Conditions?
Yeah,
Small deposit.
No, don't listen. Don't listen to this one.
Well, we would pay you for your services.
Well,
Where is the mayor?
Right now, you guys are standing just on the other side of the well. He came to you guys as soon as he saw you, and he walked across the whole town just to.
I'm just moving us in town and then showing that Sadie is now heading to the tavern.
Well, of course, with the docs. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, please.
I was saying, of course, to the doc's point, with if we help you, we expect help in return, of course. Like, I mean, reciprocal, right?
Oh, right. Of course. You'd get paid.
Yeah, of course. But we're looking for more of a permanent partnership too.
You don't say.
Exactly. Yeah, and we would like to set up.
They like to marry about that around here.
And I know you, and I know what you mean by that.
Did you say that in character?
Yeah. I know you're familiar with that as well already. Yeah, I know you're familiar with that already as Jimmy or Billy. Forget his name, but I did forget his name honestly. But it's like he told us about how your marriage worked over here, and of course that's not how it works with us. But we're happy to.
Well, the marriage thing is really when two families want to get their homesteads, kind of their property taken and joined together. Working with morticians from what's your guys' organization called?
Morticians.
We're from a sanctuary.
Okay, from Sanctuary Valley.
Yes, but we do span a very large area.
Okay.
We
all
we want to
intend
do
on
is bring.
expanding just like you.
Well, we're looking for new trade partners all the time, and you would not have to marry anybody
Just want to make that clear.
to broker that deal. We don't marry every scavenger trader
Jimmy wasn't clear
that
on
comes
that.
into
I mean,
town.
Billy.
We want to
Jimmy,
bring towns into the government and put stability back into the state's lives and eventually the country's lives.
That's interesting. We have two gentlemen here right now. I think they're still over at the pub. What do they call themselves? They were sheriffs in Stan County. They were just two gentlemen and they wanted us to join their county just on the other side of the hill.
Well, have they offered to help you yet, or have they helped you yet, or have
they
just
reached
sat around?
out an olive branch and we started talking, and they said they'd be in touch.
So all they've done so far is talk to you and drink beer. Well, we've helped you fix your gate over by your U-Haul or whatever storage facility, and
Escorted.
we're gonna go help your mine. So just so you know that we are.
Well, that's great. That's fantastic. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
But of course, that comes along with Morticians territory. We will still help you.
And
even.
our deposit.
I would like to discuss this more over dinner. It's
Good faith deposit.
getting kind of late in the day because right now, and with all the goings on with you guys because it was, it was a half an hour walk back from the storage facility, plus, the time it took to load up the cart and everything. It's about 1 o'clock. And the mayor goes, well, that salt mine is about 2 hours into the foothills a spell. If you guys left now, that'd be 3, and then you guys would have to stay there. That might be something best you guys do tomorrow. But tomorrow we're having a wedding. Why don't you guys stay, get to know everybody in town, and then the next day, you guys can go and take care of that salt mine for us. How about that? All right.
Sounds good.
Gives me an opportunity to get to know you a little bit more there. I didn't catch your name.
Just call me Doc.
Doc? Doc, and you are?
Kelvin.
Kelvin. Nice to meet you, Kelvin. And he sticks out his hand and he goes to shake your guys' hands.
Shake it.
You shake it? There we go. Kelvin, he shakes your hand.
It's
And
super
you
hard.
are? John.
You got good cheese here?
No, we don't, actually.
It's horrible. In fact,
It's all rotten. It's rotten cheese.
We just got a
Curl.
couple of milk cows over there, a couple of heifers, and we get some milk from them. And then we used to have 3, but she got up there, so we slaughtered it for the wedding.
Oh.
Actually, we're going to have a great barbecue. And in front of Bud's Pub, you guys see a couple of guys setting up a giant black barbecue or smoker. And the whole town's getting ready for this wedding, and the pub obviously is the same. In front of that pub, you also see 2 mountain bikes kind of leaning up against a pole, and they are olive drab green with yellow sheriff stickers on them. But it's like it's worn down, but the bikes look like they've been taken care of.
they like reflective tape and everything, like they're like when they're in the meter maids.
Jimmy excuses himself. He says, I got to go drop this card off, guys. Give me a half an hour, and I'll meet you at the pub so I can take care of those drinks for you. Because I really appreciate you guys out there, all your help. Mayor, these guys, zombies just popped out today, and they were there. You should see this guy throw a stick.
It's like throw a stick.
He threw this
It's
stick.
a javelin.
A javelin. You see this guy throw a javelin.
Oh, that's funny.
He threw this thing, and it sailed through
It's
the
an
air,
arc.
like just a beautiful arc, and hit a zombie square in the head. It was the coolest thing I ever saw.
This is
Mayor.
signed by Don Bradman, greatest player of all time. He's
And he goes, but
He
anyway,
lives.
we'll talk more later. It was awesome. It was awesome. We'll talk more
Batman
later.
overlived.
And he goes and he takes the cart and he starts moving it over towards where they're building the white arch for the wedding. And there's a couple over there, and everyone's kind of chipping in and getting the chairs out. And one of the guys who was setting up the barbecue walks over and he grabs the propane tank and he takes it back over to the barbecue. What do you guys want to do?
I want to check out that board real quick, just see what he was offering on the mine clearing.
Yeah, so the board's over by the pub. So if you
Okay.
want to go over to the pub.
Where can we secure our cart?
Oh, well, the pub has some spare rooms. So you can, park it out in front of the pub there. If you want something a little bit more secure, you could park it inside the barn since the cows aren't in there right now. The weather's been so nice that they've just been outside enjoying the sun and everything. So yeah, you can park it in the barn if you want to do that. You'll have to talk to the owners of the general store for that because it's their barn. I don't want to just say hey, put it in the barn and wonderful couple.
Well, and with our extended stay, how do we handle lodging?
Well, you're gonna have to talk to the pub owner. I'm sure things might be a little tight with those sheriffs in town. I don't know how long they were planning on staying, but like I was saying, with the general store who has the barn, it's owned by a couple, Eduardo and Alyssa. Cute couple. They have everything, little odds and ends here and there. They've got, if you're looking for some of the more antiquity equipment, we don't have any electricity here, but they have a couple of blenders and stuff like that, you know, a toaster oven. We just got a spark, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, we got some great stuff over at the general store. So, Sadie, you already walked off and headed to the pub. So he's had this conversation with you three. Sadie, as you're walking in, there is the billboard sign next to the door, and it's got stuff stapled to it. If you're interested in reading it, we can go through that, or you want to just go into the pub.
I think I'd probably spend time reading.
Okay.
She's probably I'm probably waiting on John because we're gonna share.
Well, we're waiting on Jimmy then.
I need my drinking buddy. It's
All
not
right.
fun to drink alone. I would know.
So, the first thing says, help wanted to look for parts in a nearby abandoned town. This Patterson has been trying to fix a windmill. Now, the windmill's not in the town proper. It's located out of the town. It just says windmill, so you don't see a windmill around. But it's looking for parts for the windmill so that when they harvest their grains, they can turn them into flour. A part's been broken. It looks like it. A sprocket is mentioned. So they're asking for help.
Got that in my pocket.
They believe that there's a town to the east that has been abandoned that had a machine shop. And they're hoping that a replacement sprocket could be found in that machine shop. The second one is a sign that says help wanted clearing out a salt mine. And it's signed Mayor Donovan.
How fancy is his signature?
It is over the top. It's got a seal,
By
like a notary seal stamped into it.
How did he?
But it's
Much
not like
nicer
a
than Richard's.
Patterson notary seal.
Cleanest hitter of all time.
It's just a notary seal with someone named Tom Sawyer.
Oh my god, it's a different name.
Like, so they found a notary and like this is gonna be, so it's notarized by someone named Tom Sawyer, but Tom Sawyer's signature is not anywhere on the document.
So it's not an official notarized document.
Yes.
Above table knowledge, I am a notary. That's not official.
It is not official. And it goes into detail that the mine's located at. Talk to the mayor for a map, and there is a dollar price,
How much is that price?
and it is a half a pound of gold.
I don't know how much that is in the gold coins you're using.
That's
We
a
have to
good
wait.
question.
That's a
How
lot.
much is that?
That weighs a
Well,
lot.
it's a lot of
Calculate
gold,
that
but
later.
It's got to be. How many coins is it worth?
And then
That's
for
true.
the
They go
abandoned
by
town,
coins,
did
so
it have
it's
a
by
reward?
quantity, not the weight.
So it
They go
says
by-
inquiry within.
Inquire with an okay.
Yeah, inquire within.
Or do they just give us one large
Are they
coin?
done talking to the mayor
This
yet?
Just one
They're still
big old
chatting
coin.
with the mayor.
Okay.
super thin.
And then
really
the
has a
third one
big, long
is
disc.
looking to hire someone to
Crispy.
take salted beef down to Guston.
We're gonna
A shipment is ready to move to the next town over. The merchant in charge usually hires local scavengers, but it doesn't look like they've had any scavengers come through anytime soon, so it's kind of just been sitting ready to go.
We're gonna be going that way anyway, so it makes sense for us to take that job too.
And yeah, so those are the three things on this on the sign. You took all three of them.
Money.
Might as well. We're gonna need
Yeah,
it.
and so by now the mayor's done talking to him, and what do you want to do, John?
Doc, you help me secure this cart?
Yeah. Real
Let's go
quick,
talk to Eduardo.
before we go, sick, wounded, any of that?
No, everyone's been pretty healthy here lately. Haven't had like any serious attacks lately. Everyone's been good, and usually when something happens, we take care of it ourselves. But lately, nobody's been injured or anything. So
All right. Well, I'm in town. If anyone feels ill, send them my way.
I'll keep that. I'll keep that in mind. What do you charge for your services?
It's the mortician fee.
Really?
Beer.
That is interesting. All right. And you can see him like the gear, like he's like okay, and he kind of mumbles some stuff to himself, and all you heard is, well, Stan County's not even offering that. As he walks away, Calvin, what do you want to do?
I'll start walking towards the tavern like I initially intended, and then keep an eye out for any other memorabilia of any sports enthusiasts in the area. See if I see anyone that's wearing like something that might make me think they'd be interested in having a conversation about that.
All right. So you guys have kind of split the party a little bit, but not too far, since you guys want to go to the general store first. Let's go ahead and get that knocked out.
Oh.
So you guys head over, take the cart
Tavern's
over
right
to
there.
the bar, to the barn /
That's
general
the-
store,
Mm-hmm.
and it's segmented.
That's
So yeah, you guys go into the general store, and there's a woman behind the counter, kind of just dusting stuff off and puttering around a little bit. You walk in, and what you see in the general store, they sell odds and ends that scavengers have brought to town. And you see items from the equipment list.
You must be Alyssa.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm Alyssa. And she steps down from a little step ladder and walks over and kind of like wipes off her hand on her dress, and she
John
reaches.
does not wipe his hand off, and it's probably filthy.
How you doing? What can I help you for today? We got all kinds of stuffs.
Well, first thing, we need someplace to keep some stuff.
just hold
How much
Sounds
stuff is
illegal.
stuff?
it. Just a cart.
Oh, a cart?
Yeah, we just need to store it while we're in town helping out.
We're just here for the wedding and.
We're not
Yeah.
just here for the wedding.
Oh yeah.
What's with the fancy get-ups?
We're morticians.
Morticians, say? Okay.
We were invited
What's-
on the road.
What's a mortician?
We go around helping people.
Oh, okay.
We're a part of a sort of a government organization.
Oh, well, you might want to talk to my husband Eduardo. He's looking for some help right now. He's in the barn working. But yeah, so you might want to talk to him. We do allow storage in the barn overnight, and it's not much. We're just looking for something to barter with, something small.
Well, good news. Our currency is all in coin. Minted.
Minted
I'll
coin.
click 2 silver together. How much food could I buy with one of these?
Well, and she's like looks at it. She like bites it. That is silver, all right. Well, I'll be damned. And
We trade in silver, gold, and copper.
silver, gold, and copper, huh? Okay. Well, I'm looking up what food rations cost. I've got it right here.
1 silver.
So a day's ration. A day's ration is 1 silver. So enough canned goods for breakfast and dinner.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get 2 days rations.
Yeah, so she's like, "Well, what do you want?" And she's got canned goods that were packed long ago that they've drummed up through trade.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There's like a can of like Campbell's soup chicken and stars.
Does it fall down and start rolling towards us?
Right, a really faded label, but mostly it's jarred goods. You see a jarred meat that says salted meat, and it's a very small jar. And so you pick whatever canned jarred goods you want, but you've got a day's worth. And she says, yeah, that's good for 1 silver piece. So you got 2 silver pieces. So you go a little bit more, and you go back and you pick a couple of more things. So you have about 2 days worth of food. Now, you had a cart you wanted to store?
Yes.
I would say. So how much is the currency? So that's silver there. How much copper per 1 silver coin?
10 copper per silver.
Okay, and how much silver for a gold?
10. It's a very easy system.
It is a very easy system. The man who came up with the system must have been an economic genius.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. It was just simple for everyone.
Because they can only count to 10.
It's better than only being able to count to 4.
Yeah.
Well, I say it's really no trouble, so we'll say it's 2 copper per night for your cart.
All right. I'll tell you what. I will give you 1 silver because I don't know how long we're going to be here.
And we'll figure out how to break this into copper.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, and so like she sits there and she's looking at that silver coin.
Feels nice in your hand, huh?
And she looks around. And she looks around at all the stuff around, and she was like, yeah, okay, well, we don't have copper. I'll have some other stuff to trade with you. And so she starts looking around and stuff, and like they've got like
Don't worry about that yet. We'll worry about that. Just know that we're good for 10 days.
Okay.
And in the back of your mind, you can remember Kelvin wants something. Kelvin wants something. I was like,
And so you guys there's a door, and she goes, Eduardo's right in there if you want to speak with him. Let him know that you've paid for the night and that you can store your cart in there, and you guys can walk through the door, and he's in there, and you just see this guy, his beautiful hair, kind of like in locks pulled back, and he's just sitting there shoveling stuff.
Fabio?
Kind of clinking. No, not Nuffle. It's Eduardo, dark hair, black hair, kind of an olive tan skin, beautiful beard, and he's sitting there, well kept, clean, well groomed, and he's mucking out the stalls. A very good looking couple. I named him after real people, so she's missing a tooth, and he's hunched over. It looks like he broke his. No, 2 very nice looking people.
Eduardo, I presume?
Yes, sir.
Yes, your wife said that we could store our cart in here. We've already paid up.
Oh, fantastic. Is it in the front?
Yeah.
Well, I'll go ahead and grab it, and I'll bring it inside. You guys don't have to worry about it. And he runs outside the barn. He goes, and after a while, he comes and he pulls it in, and he goes, I'm going to put it right here. And they've got, stalls for the cattle, but they also have, like, storage stalls and stuff like that. And he just pushes the cart in one of the stalls, and he's like, yeah, anything else I can help you guys with?
well,
Oh, your wife said to talk to you about something, but I honestly don't remember what it was right now.
It was making cheese. They need to know how to
There's
make
a job.
cheese.
Oh, yes. If you needed help with something, we're here to help.
Oh, the salted beef. Yeah, we could use someone to take salted beef to the next town to the south.
That's perfect. When we leave, we'll go ahead and do that for you.
Okay, but it's ready to go now. Just let me know, and I'll load it up onto your cart, and it's already paid for with trade. So if you see anything in the store, we can negotiate what that's going to cost.
All right. You might see a few of our associates come in wearing the same garb as us.
Okay. Good to know. And your name is?
Doc.
Doc, I'm Eduardo. Pleased to meet you. And you, sir?
John.
John, nice to meet you. And so let's hop back
It's
over
a
to the
crime
bar.
that you're not making cheese.
What was that?
It's a crime that you're not making cheese.
Well, none of us know how.
he's
Do
very-
you know how to make
His
cheese?
name is
Do you know how to make
he's
cheese?
infuriated
I have done
right
it
now.
before.
He's infuriated.
John, You teach them the way.
If you have the equipment, I'll give you a short lesson after the wedding.
After the yeah, definitely.
It'll be your
Part of the
wedding present
Morticians
to the town.
Deal.
Part of the Morticians.
And he's all, if you'll excuse me, and he runs into the shop, and you can hear him. They're gonna teach us how to make cheese, and she says, "We're gonna make some cheese."
I better not screw this roll.
So this is gonna happen after the wedding
Flirt fail.
Is this
because
a
it's
science
your
roll?
character's backstory.
Yeah.
I am gonna say that you will have a bonus to your science roll on this.
Oh, it is a science. I
It's
will
either
help you.
science or survivalist.
I will.
It has to be survival because my science is -2.
Mine is
okay.
-1. So.
Well, I
I can
can't.
give you a 9.
What did I say? I was gonna give you a bonus of.
You didn't say an amount.
Oh, great.
I can give you a 14.
We're gonna say previous knowledge. You get +5 on the roll. Okay.
Just +5 regarding cheese curds.
And then I'll help and give him a 14.
That goes under your
That's-
ability, +5 to cheese curds.
Well, okay, thank you.
That is cheese knowledge, +5 only for cheese curds.
Put that in the.
I mean,
Did you
why
say
would you
that?
do anything except curds? The rest of that stuff is just junk.
We're gonna scale it up the harder the cheese is to make.
Yeah.
Okay.
Home
So
Alone cheese
Why?
curds.
Why are you gonna have?
The
I-
Gouda rolls.
every cheese
In the next update, there better be a cheese scale.
there's
Oh my
there's
There has to be a cheese
Yeah.
scale.
it's gonna be in the abilities. We're gonna have a cheese class, the cheese archetype,
It's a monger.
cheesemonger.
It makes sense in California.
Right.
It makes sense.
Real California milk comes from happy cows. Happy cows come from California.
Sadie, Calvin, you guys are in the bar, or no, Calvin, you were gonna go to the blacksmith.
I was gonna head to the blacksmith after I looked at the board
Okay.
because I have a special task that I need done.
Well, she took all of the postings.
Yeah, I
off the
realized they
board.
were gone. That's why I left.
Oh, okay.
I didn't bother going to see who took them. I was like, oh, they're not here. And then I turned around.
Must have been those jackasses with bikes.
Yeah. Kick one
Oops.
over as they leave.
Yeah, so you go over to the blacksmith, and this is the blacksmith setup.
Yes.
Okay. He has a furnace that is handmade, that burns what looks like small pieces of black wood, and an anvil. You go inside the door, and it's a repair shop. And it looks like he has a hammer and tongs, and that's it. But inside the repair shop, he has an assortment of stuff, and you see a Latino-looking gentleman behind the counter who looks up and goes, "Oh, hey, stranger, how you doing? My name's Hector."
Oh, hey, I'm Kelvin. I'm with the Morticians on a mission of spreading goodwill, but I have some stuff I require, and hopefully you can help me with it.
Okay, what are you looking for?
2 things. One thing is I do need something to maintain my javelins while I'm moving through, so I would like something to sharpen it. If you have some kind of stone or something that you could imagine I could use.
You want a whetstone. Yeah. And he looks at you and goes, "You know, those things aren't cheap. Those are really hard to
no
come by." I myself only have one that I use for all of our sharpening, so I'm not going to be able to give you that. Well, maybe unless the price. No, I don't know. I do know where you might be able to find one.
Sure, that's information just as welcome as the item itself.
You know, there is a machine shop in an abandoned town near here. The machine shop might have a whetstone.
I have it written down already. Because that's for
So what's the second thing?
Second thing, I just need something to keep the gore off of my bat that has, and I shown the bat which has been poorly cleaned and maintained. I just need some kind of contraption to hold, like I was maybe thinking some bent like chicken wire or something, just to put it through real quick, scrape off the guts off of it real fast.
Oh,
Something simple.
Well, you know what we use? Here, follow me. And he grabs a pot of water, and he walks out, and he puts it on the furnace, and then he reaches into his pocket, and he throws the rag that he just pulled out of his pocket into the pot. And he goes, now, when the water gets nice and hot, and the furnace is roaring, it's really hot. So in a short time, he's like, just wait for it. Just wait. As soon as it starts, don't stare at the pot. Just wait for it.
Don't watch the water.
Watch pot
boil.
never boils.
And then you listen for it. You hear that. You hear out, and then he goes, oh, see, there it's steaming. And he grabs some tongs, and he grabs the rag, and he goes, just take a hot rag and just wipe that gore right off your bat. And that'll get it nice and clean. Sanitize it.
How that'll help when I'm walking around in the woods, though.
Well, yeah. That's what we do.
Okay. Okay, I guess that's fine.
This man has invented cleaning.
Yeah.
I was like, I could
important.
clean with a furnace too if I was portable. Do you have a portable furnace?
It's
Oh, you can do a fire. Now, I'll sell you that pot. I made that pot myself. I'll sell you that pot. What do you got to trade?
I don't need a pot.
You don't need some pot?
No, I definitely don't.
Okay,
Tell-
Cassandra.
Because I'm burning with curiosity.
Yeah.
How well made is this pot?
Oh, it's rough.
Or is it just a trash can lid that's been bent open?
Yes, it is a trash can lid that he warmed up and kind of hammered into the shape
So,
that he wanted.
do I get the idea this guy can't make anything? I was like, because like I'm just trying to.
Just by looking around, you get the idea that he's been blacksmithing for all of 2 years.
I feel like that whetstone would be better in your hands than his.
Yeah.
It's better in my hand.
You can't. Okay.
So
Yes.
back to Sadie.
Yeah, he-
As you enter the bar,
Is he using the proper oil?
Just wet. We
Alright.
just water.
It's a whetstone. It's supposed to be wet.
Yeah, it comes
He
wet.
keeps it in a bucket of water.
excuse me, I'm really burpy tonight. I feel really bad. Sorry about
It's that same pot. He
It's the
uses
same
rag.
pot where he washes the rag.
So you enter the tavern, the pub, Bud's Pub, and there's a man standing behind the counter, wiping it down. You see at the far end of the bar a old man sitting there with a cigar hanging out of his mouth and a sign in front of him that says, "Can you outdrink me?" There are round tables scattered throughout the rest of the tavern, and you see 2 deputies sitting at the table eating sandwiches and drinking a beer. And as you walk through the door, you hear something you haven't heard in years. The crackle and chirp of a handheld radio. And a voice comes in and says, "Deputy Harlan, Deputy Anderson, do you copy?" And one of the deputies puts his sandwich down. He goes, "This is Deputy Harlan, go ahead." And the voice on the radio says, "What's your ETA?" And then the deputy responds, "We're just finishing lunch right now. We're going to head back real soon." "Over. Copy that." And they stop. And he slaps the other guys, "We better go." And they finish off their beers and they stand up and they start walking out the door. And as they pass you, they just kind of look at you like... And they get on their bikes and they start walking their bikes out of Patterson.
Mm-hmm.
You want to say anything or anything?
I'm gonna just watch him leave, and then I'm gonna turn to the old man at the corner with the sign. And goes, "What's the bet?"
So I
Is
made
this
a...
payback?
No. So the man standing behind the bar says, "He never speaks and he's never lost. His name's Josh. And
we don't
on
see
the
the
other
dots.
side of this sign has the rules.
I don't know his names. Out of curiosity.
What?
Just out of my curiosity, I know I'm not there.
He wrote the sign, so I'm assuming he probably wrote his name.
Did he write his name on the sign, or do you have a name tag?
Does he have a name?
He never talks. Because like, my name is Josh. This is my game.
So what was the rules?
So the rules are, you have to pay for your drinks if you lose. If you win, he pays for yours, and there's a special prize. And he grabs the sign and spins it around, and there's all of this explained on the back of the sign.
With his name.
I'm gonna walk up and be like, do you mind if can I pick that up and read it?
Yeah, go right ahead and read it.
So I pick it up and read it. I'm just gonna...
The old man
Mhm.
looks to be 80, if not 100. He is old. He's got white, thin beard.
Beer Baron.
He's got a black,
You can't tell anymore.
flat-brimmed hat, a white button-up, and a black tie with a long pinstriped black suit. Cigar hanging from his mouth, and his hands are withered and bony, and he has a glass of water sitting in front of him. Real quick, because I know we were going to shut this down in an hour. It's 8:22. Are we still good to play for a little bit longer?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, here's the game.
I was waiting for the rules to see
The rules.
if it's
Okay.
something Sadie thinks she can do.
All right. Each round is a different save between a dex roll, tenacity, charisma, or awareness. You roll 1d4 to see which one you're going to roll.
Okay.
Okay. The drinks are whiskey, rum, gin, and beer. Whiskey's a -1 to dex. Rum's -1 to tenacity. Gin's -1 to charisma. And beer's -1 to awareness.
All right. And
Okay.
do I pick the beer, or is it just the roll picks for me?
So
Or do I pick
anyone
the
who
beverage?
joins in, you can choose the 1d4s to see what the penalty is. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And then you roll that attribute for the drink.
Well, tell
Every
you
time
what.
you lose, you lose 1 point of the attribute. The first one to 0 loses.
Well, tell you what, Mr. Josh, I got some friends with me, and there's this dude named Jimmy who owes me some beers, so once they all get here, I'm taking you up on that game.
By this time, with everything that happened, you guys can all be at the pub. Who wants to play?
Any chance we see the sheriffs walking their bikes out?
Yeah, so you guys see the sheriffs grab their bikes, head for the gate. They're in no rush, no hurry. As soon as they get to the gate, though, they hop on their bikes and they start
Hey,
pedaling.
you
away.
guys coming back for the wedding?
And like one of them stops and looks back. It's like, no,
Well, why not?
orders. We can't just stay around here all the time. We had orders to come here and talk to them, and now we have to head back to base.
That's too bad.
Where are you guys sheriffs of? What?
Stan County.
Stan County? There's still a thing?
That's weird. 'Cause I can't stand them right now. I'm just kidding.
Banned.
And they just like, freaking Mortys. Can we help you with anything, sir?
Yeah, you fix your attitude and get lost.
And he flips you the bird, hops
I'll
on his
flip him the
bike,
bird
and it starts
back.
riding off. They just shake their heads.
That's why no one likes you guys.
All right.
Jen's gonna laugh at what I said really hard. I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like it. Did it for her.
Or banned.
So a success gives you a +1 on the stat.
Okay.
All right?
I'm just gonna watch. You drink.
I'm gonna watch.
I'm just gonna
Anybody
watch.
want to participate in this?
I
So
Bill,
Jimmy's
have
going
a
to cover
really
your
good
guys'
chance.
drinks for the game if it's hard liquor. If it's beer, you have to pay for it yourselves.
Wait, so
How
they
much
do
is
have hard
beer?
liquor.
What?
They do have hard liquor.
Yes, they have whiskey, rum, and gin.
Okay.
Which one was the -1 to Dex?
She's
Was
like,
that whiskey?
has like mix them all together. in one
Whiskey
big
was
jug.
negative
I
1
was
to
like,
Dex.
And then we'll see who
I'll
wins.
take the whiskey.
Well, you can use.
I think John's
I think
more
you
of
can
a
use
professional
gin to
drinker,
clean.
Yeah.
not playing around.
So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah.
I mean, according to
So,
all those
are we
movies
doing this,
I've
John?
seen,
yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, you talked me into it.
lightly talked you into it.
Yeah, twisted my arm.
It was such a hard discussion we had to have there, but I'm glad you're on my
So I
side.
need a D4 and a
Mr.
D10.
Josh, this
You're
is
all
John.
alcoholics.
They don't matter.
In my professional. In my
Just a minute, I gotta
professional
write down the
opinion.
stats for
He's just
Josh.
like 9, and like they're like you convinced me. Like,
Dex, charisma, awareness, tenacity.
Yeah. So, this is going to be.
You roll the D4.
Yeah, I rolled a D4.
That's a cool.
So this is going to be for awareness.
Okay.
Okay. What do you guys want to drink?
I'll do whiskey.
You want to do whiskey?
Oh, what are the negatives for each one?
So you guys,
Sorry.
everyone has to drink the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Everyone.
So
So
what's
if
whiskey?
you
Dex
fail
is
on
negative.
if you fail
Yeah.
on the dex roll, you lose 1 in dex and 1 in awareness.
So we're
if you
drinking-
succeed, you get +1 in the stat.
Okay, so whiskey is a Dex roll.
Whiskey's the dex roll, and you're doing an awareness roll, or for an awareness penalty.
Right.
Okay.
I could have succeeded that one. I said I could have succeeded that one. I wasn't gonna drink it.
9.
I wouldn't be doing that.
So let's see.
So awareness. Succeed. Critical success.
So there's no crits in this.
And I'm just saying it's a 1.
So
Success.
you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a temporary +1 in it.
In
Awareness.
In awareness. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
What's our second?
I need. Where's the other one?
Sharp one.
So that's gonna be.
Trade
Wait,
sharp
are
dice.
You, are you rolling too?
No.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like. Oh,
That
looks
is
like,
sharp.
You're like, that
All
looks
right,
like
so
fun.
it looks like this is gonna be for a dexterity. What do you guys want to drink?
Whiskey still.
I talked to Pat about.
It doesn't matter what I drink.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you guys have to
God.
agree. Everyone has to
yeah.
drink the same thing.
I could do.
Damn it.
Do you want to do gin?
I guess doesn't. What we drink gives a minus to one
Are
stat.
you going to
Yeah.
show me a random rash
Yeah.
and ask me what it is?
Is it like a
No.
stacking minus, or is
Don
it just a
Bradman,
minus for
the
that roll?
Australian legend.
It's a stacking minus.
So the
Considered
last one we
cleanest
got
hitter
minus
of all
1 to
time.
Was
Dex.
a
Yeah.
dex?
Alina
If you
Milford
failed.
close and tell you that.
If you
Okay.
failed.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you
And
failed.
+1 to awareness if we succeeded.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And the
yeah,
best
I'm
batsman who's
whiskey
ever lived.
affects dexterity.
So basically, if you
Whiskey.
fail,
He
you
signed
lose
the
2
cricket
stats.
right here.
yeah,
If you succeed, you get +1, a temporary +1.
drinking whiskey, and
Whiskey.
we're
On for the
rolling
next
our.
What are we rolling dex? We're doing
So it's
dex.
whiskey. So you're gonna be rolling your dex.
Okay.
And then they drink. Wait,
Success.
they drink.
Success.
Success.
So that gives a +1 to Dex because we all passed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Might be overdoing this with the +1.
I can see your
I added
interaction
that
and
from
through all
the,
of
from the
this.
rules I wrote down.
Fun fact.
I'm at 11 for dex.
There's-
Can't get
can't
you
go
over
higher
for
than
I know.
10.
Deceased,
Yeah.
much like many
And
of
10's
people
always
on
a
the stat.
fail.
Yep.
Okay.
Unknown if any survived.
You
What?
forgot a d4.
I forgot the D4s.
I'm a master of 1,000
This is
yard
gonna be for
stare.
awareness.
All right.
Okay. What do you guys want to drink?
Whiskey all day.
Yeah,
I
whiskey.
mean,
Passed.
passed.
They're gonna be aware of everything in the world they're gonna see. They see the world.
We see everything.
Oh,
D4?
let's see what we're gonna do. This is gonna be for charisma.
Oh,
What are you guys gonna drink?
Whiskey.
okay.
If I do anything that affects my charisma, I'm fucked.
That was close, actually.
Yeah. So I'm at I'm down. My
I failed.
charisma stat.
I failed, so my charisma goes down.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Your
Oh, you
charisma
wouldn't-
and your
they would've
dexterity
done
goes
this.
down.
Okay, so
I
my
have a
charisma
10
hits
dex,
0,
we took
puts me
whiskey.
out.
All right, John passed out.
Oh, I see.
And guess what? So does Sadie.
You passed out?
I have a 1 charisma.
Yeah, we both do. We don't
You
pass
both
out,
have
but
one
we just
charisma?
like start talking about ridiculous like old mortician stories, like totally useless.
You're like you're like completely incoherent now when you talk to people. You're like
No, they're passed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
They passed out at the bar. You guys still don't have beds. So
I saw this
that
happen, though.
leaves Calvin and Doc to figure out where they're sleeping tonight. And Bob just laughs and laughs and laughs.
Well,
And then, does he take the money from their
I'm gonna-
pockets?
I'm
How's he get
gonna.
paid?
I thought. What was
Because we were drinking hard
Jimmy's
liquor,
got us.
Jimmy said he was covering.
this? No,
Yeah. Jimmy covered it.
Okay.
gonna wake them up.
I don't think we can.
What?
They're doing a home. They're drunken.
They're passed
sleep.
out.
Drunken sleep though. You can't wake them
Yeah,
up.
you can.
You're going to give them some
hard,
uppers?
Huh? A hard enough slap you can.
For like a moment, then they'll pass right back out. I mean,
Just enough to get them up and get them.
Hey, you in
at
charge
the
of these
bar.
two?
I wake up
They're
slightly, I
fine.
go,
Just let them
"My
sleep.
uppers."
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm not gonna let them sleep
But-
here though.
We've got a couple of rooms in the back if you guys are rent.
We'll take them.
Okay. Doesn't cost much. It's only a couple of coppers a night.
Okay. I'm glad to see that our currency has spread through the town like wildfire.
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't exactly look like you got bundles of copper wire in your pockets or anything to trade.
I almost got a bunch of rusty knives, but they were really expensive.
Don't worry, it's a minted Morticians currency. Courtesy of the Morticians.
And I think we're going to end it. I think we're going to end it there for tonight. It's a good bookend to a couple of passed out players and all the cheer you guys are spreading in the town. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for watching. This has been the Zombie Trail, and we will check you guys out next time. Peace.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Please.